The only help that we can have now, especially playing at home, is our crowd.
Tomorrow it's Leipzig against Tottenham and not Mourinho versus Baby Mourinho.
Being the home team as well with the fans behind us is going to be massive for us, and hopefully we can come away with a positive result.
Bad news about Heung-min Son.
Yeah, the situation couldn't be worse in terms of options. I think that is a very, very, very obvious situation. I was worried about not having attacking options on the bench. Now I don't have attacking options on the pitch. Are we going to give up, or are we going to fight the way we can? We are going to fight the way we can.
And tomorrow, the game against Leipzig, I mean, not an easy game, but it could have been a lot worse in terms of opposition.
Leipzig, they have the power of a very good team, very good players with the potential to be first in the Bundesliga for many months, to be second 1 point behind, and to be fighting for the title. I think tells a lot. There is only one possibility of help on this incredible fight that we have ahead of us. No strikers, no market, no players, nothing. The only help that we can have now, especially playing at home, is our crowd. I never ask anything from our supporters. I ask this time. Maybe they want to give me what I ask. The Spurs fan to be behind the players because the players they deserve.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come in.
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Nice to see you.
You too.
You okay?
Yeah, good.
Now, have you got a head full of Red Bull? Have you been talking Leipzig for the last few
Well,
days?
not really. No, I mean we've literally just come straight back off of the Villa game. We started to hit a bit of form, get some wins now, which we've needed, and hopefully we can take that into the game tomorrow.
They're a good team, aren't they, Leipzig?
They are. I think they're young as well, aren't they? Quite a young side, but it's going to be a tough game, but we're ready for it. Well, we've just come back off of the winter break, so we should be fairly fit and ready and fresh, and there's no excuses in that sense. You know, we're a young side ourselves, so we've got a lot of energy in the team to be able to match that, and being the home team as well with the fans behind us is going to be massive for us, and hopefully we can come away with a positive result.
Are you any good up front?
Well, I don't know if I could do as good a job as Sonny, that's for sure. Of course, he's a player that we're going to miss massively, his pace and his goals. But yeah, we've got lots of other quality in the final third to be able to still do the same.
Hello, listener. Thank you so much for being with us today. We're joined by Raphael Honigstein.
Hello.
Lovely to see you, Rafa. Because, of course, Spurs are taking on RBL.
Yeah, I think it'd be a difficult opponent for Spurs because Leipzig are best when they can play on the transition. The first game being in London and the impetus really being on Spurs to get a good result, I think Leipzig will be quite happy to soak up some of the pressure and then expose what is not necessarily the fastest and most agile of defensive lines in the Premier League and in the Champions League at this stage.
Well, Leipzig are a relatively new club, only set up in 2009. With the express ambition to be a top side, not just in Germany but in Europe. So big aims, big targets, and in Julian Nagelsmann they have a manager who is just as ambitious and wants to really establish them as a force, both in the Bundesliga and in the Champions League. So they see themselves not as complete underdogs against Spurs. I think they give themselves a decent chance of actually going through. Yeah, there's no doubt that Werner is the key key figure for this Leipzig side. If he scores, then they have a great chance of going through. He takes chances. He's been in excellent form. Also a great provider, very difficult to pin down, takes up these positions just off the back four. Then if he draws out players, others can move into that space. So Spurs will do really well to keep him quiet. And conversely, Leipzig will hope that he'll have a very big couple of nights and help them to go through.
Is this master versus apprentice? Mourinho versus mini Mourinho?
No, it's only a game between Leipzig and Tottenham. It's, I don't know, 9 years ago when Tim Wiese, a former goalkeeper of Hoffenheim, called me Baby Mourinho. But took only 2 weeks when he called me the Baby Mourinho. After that was Julian again. So tomorrow it's Leipzig against Tottenham and not Mourinho versus Baby Mourinho.
Mourinho said earlier he's calling upon the Spurs fans tomorrow in the stadium to help his team out. What are you expecting from the atmosphere and how do you see the game playing out?
It's a great new stadium and all the games I watched from Tottenham, I love the songs of the Tottenham fans. Hopefully they make a lot of noise, so it's always good to play games when there are a lot of spectators on the stands with noisy songs. And tomorrow, I think in this beautiful new stadium, it will be a pleasure to be part of this game.